say time.
Day 62 of the national emergency. Are you still out there? I miss you. You know who I miss today? The straight shooters. Doctors, lawyers, accountants, professional people, government people. People who just tell it like it is. People who tell you the truth, right? People who let you know what the real situation is. Those folks are getting harder and harder to come by, if you ask me. Dr. Bright says, we still got time, but the window is closing. So there you have it. I think there's time to turn it around, but it's also difficult for me to tell because this COVID thing, I'm getting a rash around my neck from what I feel is my chain being jerked. All right. Speaking about chain being jerked, let's try this microphone, right? How's that? Is that better? And now we're going to get into the kind of newsy segment of the show. This is one of those improvements. I told you we're going to keep on improving. I don't know if it improves your viewing pleasure. But I like it. Okay, it's better, but it needs to be louder. So that's two things. That's that. And then I'm using my fancy microphone holder. I'm talking to a professional podcaster later today, Luca DeSanto. He's there in Chicago. I'm going to ask him what he's got rigged up because his podcast sounds phenomenal. As we can tell, I'm having a little trouble with the old audio. I want to... So, Kate, let me know if that helps. I'm going to keep moving forward because today is Ann Kahn's birthday. Happy birthday, Cousin Ann. And you can tell by this photo, see, they've been sequestered on a boat. So they're just floating around. No one will let them dock is the thing. And you can see it looks like Ann is in the back there. Ann is in the back in the handsome hat wearing the sunglasses. And then, well, you can see right in front of her there, it looks like they landed a blue porpoise. Or is that a blue moose? That's one of those Canadian blue mooses that likes to sail. Lovely family. Also, big news, Grace Mann. She's a graduate. She graduated yesterday. An MA in arts, what was it? In arts management and entrepreneurship. And then she got that from the new school. Entrepreneurship. I think that's going to hold you in good stead for sure. Oh, yeah. Michelle Hari. Thank you. I was on Facebook today. Live Prince concert streaming for the next 3 days. Our numbers may be down a little tonight because I think that whole thing may start tonight. But definitely that's the Purple Rain concert. I saw that in the Omni in Atlanta. Had the big collar, my big hair. I had big hair back in those days. And also, two other bits. The folks at Producers Happy Hour were kind enough to invite me on their show, and I believe that they've posted it. I think we'll have the link in the link area over here. Is it over here or is it over there? And also, Chow Magazine, their big 1-year anniversary is next week. Asian Pacific Heritage Month. Tomorrow, they're hosting a call-in. Oh, it's not a call-in thing. It's like a panel of experts. I think that'll be wonderful. I may check that out tomorrow. All right. As you know, we've had a ton of great artists and musicians on the show. Everyone's working new stuff. Abigale Palmer has been on a couple times as a harpist. She took a song that she usually plays on the harp, and she is jamming out on the guitar to Coldplay's clocks. Dig it, would you?
Hey, so I'm kind of just hanging out and playing some music tonight, and I thought I would share a song. This is one of my favorite songs, and I usually play it on the harp. So this is kind of an experiment. Do it on the guitar. We'll see how it goes. Lights go out and I can't be saved. Tides that I tried to swim against brought me down upon my knees. So I beg and plead, singing, come out of the things unsaid. Shoot an apple off my head and a trouble that can't be named. Tigers waiting to be tamed, singing, you. Confusion never stops. Closing walls and ticking clocks. Gonna come back and take you home. I could not stop the tune now known, singing, come out upon my seas. Curse missed opportunities. Am I a part of the cure, or am I part of the disease? Singing,
Wow, Abigale, phenomenal rendition. Love that song. All of these artists, like a bunch of them that you've seen on the show, these are people I'm also meeting for the first time. And I'm just so happy to be able to reach back out and have them come back on. Just before the show, I wrote Leah Morris an email, and I told her that the audience desperately wants you to come back on, which I believe, but really, I desperately want her to come back on. I'm just loving all these artists that we're meeting, and we're about to meet a guy he's age 11, and I believe he's already ready to take over the whole media scene. It's Luca DeSanto. His podcast is called COVID from the Kid. Let me Skype him in right now, and here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Luca, hello, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm good.
Yeah, so what's going on in your day-to-day? You're there in Chicago, and you're having to attend school. How are you doing that?
Well, we've been doing a lot of electronic learning. It's as we all call it, the new normal. But it's still kind of hard to adjust to. But we've been doing a lot of electronic learning, Google Meets, and and I'm kind of technologically challenged, so it's kind of an issue.
Really? Well, I'm surprised to hear you say that because your podcast is so wonderful and you obviously must have mastered some technology. Tell us a little bit about your podcast. What's it about?
So there's always like a bunch of different news sources. Each of them kind of like tell different things, sprinkle in different things. So I just wanted to try and make a podcast like where people don't know what's going on, like what's really going on. I'd be able to do that with my podcast.
Yeah, so it's important, you feel, to get people accurate information.
Correct, yeah.
And it seems like I listened to a bunch of your podcasts over the last few days. It seems like you generally stay with the facts. You tell a lot of numbers on your podcast.
Yeah, so I do mainly do the numbers of cases and whatnot, nationwide and worldwide. So that's definitely some big ground to cover because everybody kind of tells different numbers. So it's definitely
yeah, and numbers are important in this situation. So speaking about numbers, how many times a week do you do your podcast?
So I do it like once a week, sometimes twice a week. Usually it'll come out every Wednesday or every Thursday.
And how did you get the idea for a podcast? Did you think about it more as an actor type of person, someone who enjoys being in front of the camera and the microphone, or did you think about it as more of a journalist type of person?
Well, I never kind of saw myself as a journalist. So I was kind of looking at this from an acting point. But I mean, people are always telling me like, "Oh, you're so good at this. You should be a journalist." But I mean, I never thought of myself being as more of an actor than a journalist. But I guess it'd be pretty cool to do.
Yeah, sure. Do you have a favorite journalist yet?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
Good, because I just wanted to recommend someone. My favorite journalist, Judy Woodruff. Okay, Judy Woodruff. She's on PBS NewsHour. You can ask Mom and Dad to help find her. But anyway, that's just a little recommendation. I'm just saying check her out. I'm not saying, it's the last person you're ever going to be interested in, but I'm just saying start with the best.
Okay.
So,
good recommendation.
After school activities, what were you doing before all of this happened?
So I was doing rock band, debate, and also student council. So
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So tell me, what'd you do in rock band?
Well, I was the pianist for the band. We just finished I Love Rock and Roll, and we were about to put on a performance actually for the school, which was going to be kind of fun.
And then it all happened, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, when we get back up and running and you guys get back together, please let me know. I would love to air a version of I Love Rock and Roll with your rock band playing it. I think that would be awesome. And one last question. How about this kid, Catherine Cuffer? You know her?
Yeah, I do know her, actually. I've known her since I was in kindergarten or first grade, probably. When we went to school together, and I've been keeping in touch with her. So
yeah, she's, we've had her on the show a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time she came on the show, she asked me some kind of joke where she compared me to a penny, and she said it was because I was two-faced and not worth very much.
Sounds like Catherine, I gotta say. Sounds like Catherine.
It absolutely does. You know, I think she comes from a long line of Chicago thugs.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Luca, you're an amazing kid. It was great to talk to you. Thank you for carving out some time in what I imagine is a busy evening.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we'll be listening to your podcast. We've put the link in the little link place so everyone can join, and have a great night.
Thank you, you too.
All right. We'll be in touch. Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Ooh. Fantastic kid. And a journalist at 11, right? Okay. He and I were talking backstage, as it were, when all the mics were muted and we were on Skype together. He was telling me about the rock band thing, and he likes music. And I told him that we had another great song, that we had two great songs on this episode tonight. One, we already saw, Abigail Palmer with Coldplay's Clocks. And now, here's a song which we played last Tuesday, but we need to revisit this song because this is actually amazing. And I don't know how many people caught all the amazingness on the first go. It's from Frank and Grace, who you've seen on the show many, many times. And, of course, Grace is now a graduate, a master's level graduate. Very impressive. But there were other folks involved in this song, and I just want to give them a shout out, and I'm going to reach out to them because each one is an amazing musician in their own right. We have Ele Howell, Sunhyun Yoo on sax, Ellyn Eivers on French horn, and Fayazi on tuba. French horn and tuba. These guys are pushing the envelope. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Can't Sleep.
Look at us now, where did the time go? Over and now, stay on my mind though. Always the same, day after day. Look, give me a call and I'll pick up right away. 'Cause I can't sleep without your stories and conspiracies. Talk to me. My head's on my pillow, but my heart's on my sleeve. I'm in between, fresh off an old thing. Said I need time, but I could be lying. It's stupid to play if you feel the same. But give me a call and I'll pick up right away. 'Cause I can't sleep without your stories and conspiracies. Talk to me. My head's on my pillow, but my heart's on my sleeve. My head's on my pillow, but my heart's on my sleeve.
Yes! You see, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. My head's on my pillow, but my heart's on my sleeve. Talk to me, baby. All right, I've done enough talking for this week. We'll see ya next Tuesday. We got more special, super fun things coming up. No one loves you more than me. Are you loving the spinny chair? I may see. It helps me when I look. We're gonna have to go. I'm gonna put some more cameras up, so I can cut to this camera, cut to that camera, and then most of all, I just want to be able to say we'll be right back after this, and we're back. No one loves you more than me. All right, hunker, hug, and Haven. Keep fighting the good fight. The window's not closed yet. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.